The blacksmith. A strong man with a strong sense of craftsmanship and pride in his work, he forged the tools for America's farms and industry. There aren't many blacksmiths around these days. His work has been taken over by machines and the men who invent and run them. But his spirit lives on. That spirit of pride and craft and quality of product and good service to the customer. Berkeley Forge manufactures cutting teeth for excavators, rippers, draglines, trenchers, and other machines used in mining and construction. These products are recognized as the best in the industry.
I don't know of any customer that we've ever dealt with, to my knowledge, that hasn't been satisfied. We can move fast for them, come up with a quality product that they want, with a tremendous amount of experience behind these products, and satisfy them.
A case in point is Suncor Incorporated's oil sands division, which operates the world's largest open-pit mine in the upper regions of Alberta, Canada. The mine works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, in rugged conditions. The working temperature at the mine ranges from 100 degrees to minus 60 degrees. Berkeley Forge's Mark V mining system has reduced Suncor's downtime as a result of tooth and bucket failure to zero, and cut tooth and bucket wear from 25 cents per ton to 1 cent per ton, a phenomenal savings.
Great Canadian Oil Sand had a tremendous problem with their bucket wheel excavators and the frozen tar sand. And they just had everybody from around the world working on it until we got into the picture and we just wouldn't fail. And of course now everybody knows we've ended up with a multi-million-dollar contract every year. And, well, this is the sort of thing we do. Solved a problem for them.
Another of our satisfied customers is Gus Collin of Fresno. Gus is in the agricultural land improvement business. He does physical soil modification using specially designed Berkeley Forge ripper shanks and teeth.
We wouldn't have been able to do this had it not been for Stan and Robert at Berkeley Forge. They're the only ones that stand behind us and help us. But they stood with us, and we made a shank work for the 4D9s. A Caterpillar tractor didn't believe that you could put 4 of their tractors on one shank. Consequently, they sent 7 engineers out here to look and see what we're doing. We've had some breakage, just like anybody else when you're experimenting and learning. But I could always sit down with Robert and Stan and work it out, and we'd come up with a solution.
There are customers beyond count who have had their problems solved for them through the ingenuity and high regard for customer service that is a hallmark of Berkeley Forge. But that's only part of the story. What goes into the quality of the product?
Well, the raw material comes in here. And from there, she goes over to the shear. With the shear that we have here, we'll shear up to 7-inch round-cornered square in alloy. After the part is sheared, she goes to the forged furnaces. Then, of course, it's heated to about 2100 to 2200 degrees, and then put on the hammer and forged. When we're making our extruded teeth, one of the hammers blocks the tooth out, puts the point on it. It is trimmed, comes up the chute to the next hammer, and that extrudes it. So we have a grain flow going all one direction, and that's where we get our tremendous strength.
The hammers are driving red-hot steel into precision dies made at Berkeley Forge.
Everything that we do has to have a pattern. And it starts out with the engineering, and then we make the pattern, and this pattern becomes God. This is what we go back to all the time. This is where we make our electrode. This is where we make our castings if we cast on it. But this stays right here in the plant all the time. So we always have our tolerance in wood.
When we asked Larry Phelan,
Robert likes to have things fit. He likes to have a tooth fit on an adapter, no wobble, zero clearance, and that's what you shoot for. You shoot for zero, which you can't do, but we get it down. We get it down because we zero things in. We make a part, and if it doesn't fit, we take off a few thousandths here and a few thousandths there, and we keep working with the thing until we get a real good fit.
when the pattern is finished, it is taken to the
You can see right here, here's a pattern. That pattern is being duplicated on this duplicating machine into graphite. The graphite is put on the electrical discharge machine. That erodes the metal away. It will remove, on these machines, about 18 cubic inches an hour, and it will erode exactly as that graphite with the tolerances we put into it. In other words, there's no more machining or die makers around it or anything. Everything's done. Once it's on that machine, it's turned on and almost forgot about it. It turns itself off when it's done.
So, that is how the dies are made for the hammer, but the EDM machine comes into play one more time in the production cycle.
And also, with this machine, after we forge it, we size every one of our parts that go into the field with this machine, so we can work within a few thousandths of the proper fit. I don't think anybody else gets anywhere near those figures.
We're the new kids on the block, and we've come out with something totally different.
Jerry McClellan, National Sales Representative.
We've manufactured up to this point close to 3,000 shovel teeth, and we're yet to break a tooth. I think common failure in most mines run anywhere from 2-3% breakage per month up to 10% breakage per month, depending on what type of shovels they have and what the digging conditions are. And I'm sitting here today being able to say that we've ran 3,000, haven't broken one. That's astronomical, not to have one flaw in the tooth where it's going to break because of poor workmanship or something that got out by accident.
Quality of product, pride in workmanship, outstanding customer service. That's Berkeley Forge and Tool, a company that has been a leader since 1948. But what are the ingredients that make one company stand head and shoulders above the others?
Just being that we can change things so rapidly. We see something not working, we can change it to make it work. That's where I think we have a big benefit, and being that it's family, and we're tight-knit, and we know what goes on, you know, and we understand our product. I don't think anybody could have done what my father's done with this company. I don't think a lot of people would have wanted to do, you know, what he's done. He stuck his neck out so many times, telling people that we can do things, and deep inside not knowing whether we can do it. And then he's kind of the driving force behind the whole thing. He's made us do it and say, yes, we can do it, and we've done it.
Pride is a tremendous part of Berkeley Forge. We don't lose. And pride in our product is immense, and we keep it that way. If we're not proud of it, certainly nobody else is going to be.